Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for April 16th, 2018 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning. To my right is Vice President Commissioner Barb Lewis. To my left is fellow Commissioner Jeff Fenton. Our clerk today is Jennifer Walraven, and our administrator, Mike Fromer. With that, let's begin.
Resolution number 18-410, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held April 12, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-410. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment or elected official comment today, so that brings us to item number 4, resolution number 18-411, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announced certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0413.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-411. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-412, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-412. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-413, in the matter of a transfer of a liquor license request from Scioto Vending Services to CLB 23 Corporation, doing business as 23 Drive-Thru, and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Lewis, seconded by Commissioner Benton. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-413. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-414, in the matter of authorizing the use of a procurement card for the Domestic Relations Court.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Was there any discussion? Apparently not. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-414. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-415, in the matter of approving the Second Amendment to the contract for the purchase of transportation services between the Delaware County Board of County Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and the Delaware County Transit Board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Steve Socorro with Job and Family Services. I'm here to present to you the Second Amendment for a contract with DATA, who is the Delaware County Transit Board. So this would extend our contract through June 30th of 2019. It also requests additional $100,000 of funds with a new contract maximum of $300,000 for the 3-year total. And then it would update contract trips, rates, and trip definitions as well.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I had a number of questions, and I want to thank you, Stephen, for doing the research and answering those. I wanted to know the history, you know, just how much we've used the service in the past and what alternatives we may have, because it is a rather expensive service, you know, $3.25 a mile. Now, I understand there are unique situations here, and there's literally no others that provide this service in the county, is there?
Correct. We released an RFP 2 years ago, I believe, on this, and there was only two providers responded, and one was DATA and one was Acme Cab Company. We split the contract and used them both, and then Acme, we had multiple issues with them, and we decided not to renew the contract in 2017. So really, they are the only game in town at this point. And we have the opportunity, the clause, to make an amendment with this contract with them. I believe we probably would re-release an RFP for the next contract coming up and see if there's anybody else in town. With the other company leaving, the Delaware Taxi left a year or two ago, so that kind of hurt us too, to not have any more than 1 or 2 responses. So we did look, and those are the only 2 we got the last year. So.
And I think I recall from your information that we have spent roughly $82,000 year to date.
Just a little over $82,000.
Fiscal year to date.
Yes, sir.
And then
Well, that was for that last contract, sir. So from July 1, 17 till now.
Right,
It's-
yeah, that's what I meant, not fiscal, but the contract
Sorry.
year.
Yeah.
And you're expecting roughly 99,000?
Yeah, we'll probably use right about the $100,000 that we expected, yeah.
Is there any reason you would expect a significant increase in ridership this coming year?
In ridership, actually, we think we may decrease a little bit with, there's some things potentially coming down from the state with Medicaid transportation may change. Now, that's not official, I can't say that for sure, but we've heard rumblings of that through the state. And then also, some of our, the youth providers, we drive some of our youth around for their jobs in the summer. We've seen a decrease in that because kids can get jobs for $10 an hour without having to jump through our hoops. So sometimes we've seen a decrease in that in the last couple of years. So we do project a decrease in the youth membership as well.
All right, well, again, I appreciate the background information.
The riders have to be on Medicaid in order to,
I don't know that answer 100% sure, but a majority of our riders are on Medicaid. So I don't think they have to be, since I said, a majority of them are. They don't have to be on
Yeah.
Medicaid, but they can get certain exceptions to ride with us, yes.
okay. Do you know, and maybe we can check with David too, but have you checked with Alpha at all? I know they provide transportation. I've been talking to them because I know that with data, you know, some of the questioning from Commissioner Benton too, the costs. Unfortunately, the model that Data's using now just needs to be reworked. And I know that they're having a strategic planning session that Mid-Ohio Regional Planning is really facilitating, which is a great idea. It's what they need to do, but just wondered about.
At this
Alpha.
point, well, I am aware of Alpha, but we have not looked at them, and to my knowledge, specifically not this year, we have not talked to them in 2018. That may be a good thing, a resource to go back and look.
Future.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-415. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks, Steve.
Resolution number 18-416, in the matter of approving the sanitary sewer improvement plans for Marisol Section 2.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Commissioners, this subdivision is 58 lots, and it's located in Genoa Township, north of Sheffield Park, and it's the second phase of it. And the plans have met all of our approvals, and we're recommending your approval.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-416. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-417, in the matter of approving estimate, bid specifications, and setting the bid opening date and time for the project known as the Delaware County Jail Adjustment to Intake Processing Project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. Again, just a quick recap. This project started off as a way to incorporate a full body scanner into the intake process at the jail, similar to what they have at the airports. And it quickly became apparent that we're going to need to make some additional improvements out there to incorporate this body scanner. So we went in and split out some of the functions, increased the size of the intake and booking, laid it out better, and with that we had to build on an additional about 600 square feet for storage. These plans were just previously approved by the members as defined by the Higher Revised Code 15336, and also the Bureau of Adult Detention has approved these plans as well.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-417. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-418, in the matter of awarding the bid and approving the contract between the Delaware County Commissioners and the Shelley Company for the 2018 Delaware County Road Improvement Program.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. As you know, this is our annual repaving contract, which we call a road improvement program. Includes close to 40 miles of county road treatment, and that's all different types of resurfacing or preventive maintenance treatments, including paving, crack sealing, and other different applications, as well as another about 50 miles of township roads, though I would note that we don't pay for the townships, so they join us in bidding so they can share the prices for each of their contracts, but then each township contracts separately with the awarded contractor. So the low bid was from the Shelley Company this year, whom we have worked with a number of times before. They do very good work. The bid came in about 5% under our estimate, which we were very pleased to see. I did compare some of the prices versus last year. There was a pretty nominal increase, I would say, since there's a lot of different materials and quantities go up and down from year to year and those various types of materials, but we saw either little to no increase in some materials and then 5 to 10% increase in others. So kind of varied across the board, but that's also takes into account various quantities. We're doing less of some of those same quantities this year versus last, so that can account for some of the difference. So long explanation, but we are recommending approval of this contract.
Questions or comments?
Just how important it is for the townships. I know they really appreciate your help on this.
Vote.
So I
Sorry,
had a
I'm
couple
sorry,
questions.
apologies.
So the townships piggyback essentially the pricing that we get,
That's right.
but they negotiate on their own, contract on their own with Shelley and
Absolutely right.
manage their own
Yes.
products and everything. What did we spend last year?
For the county portion, I know the total was about $3 million. This contract is $2.6 million.
Less this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all I got.
I'm sorry. Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-418. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-419, in the matter of awarding the bids for asphalt materials to be used by the county engineer during 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
So this contract is for only providing the asphalt materials for our own crews to use on various road repairs throughout the year. We had 4 responsive bids, and we are recommending a multiple award to each of those responsive bidders for the various materials that we may use. This would include the hot mix asphalt, blacktop, as well as liquid asphalts, which we use in chip sealing and fog sealing. So again, I compared this to last year's bid. There was actually very little increase at all on these materials, which again, very happy to see that. Again, we're asking you to make awards to each of the responsible bidders. And again, the way we do this, we'll first go to the lowest bidder for the particular material or purchase order we need to fill at that time. Generally, it's not a problem to get that material. If it is, for any reason, whether they're simply out of that material, on rare occasions, sometimes the material falls out of specs. ODOT does routine testing of these materials. We've had rare occasions where the material falls out of spec for a short time, and we may need to go to another bidder. So,
But the project does go to the lowest bidder ultimately?
again, this is used. These are materials we'll use throughout the summer on our own repair projects generally. So we may buy from any of those vendors. We'll first go to the lowest vendor.
Okay, that was
Yes.
if there's a discrepancy between the 4 bids, I wanted to reassure myself they were not paying more than we should. So,
Yep.
any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-419. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-420, in the matter of approving the contracts of sale and purchase for Douglas and Tracy Kegg, James and Lisa Baum, Ronald and Sally Bell, and Michael and Donna Curry for the project known as Dell CR 14-1.23, and for Jack and Joyce Smith and John Naylor for the project known as Dell CR 13-3.25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion?
We've reached settlement on these parcels right away for our upcoming East Powell Road improvements, and we're recommending your approval.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-420. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Brings us to the top of page 134. Resolution number 18-421, in the matter of approving the owner's agreements for Clark Shaw Moores Section 3 and Clark Shaw Moores Section 4.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
This is our standard owner's agreement for construction of the streets and the stormwater improvements. Sections 3 and 4 includes 64 lots in Concord Township, and we are recommending your approval.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-421. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill? Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. Thank you, Rob.
Brings us to administrator reports.
Mr. Farmer.
I have nothing to report today.
Ms. Lewis, I believe I've asked Mr. Benton last time, so I think it's your time to go first.
All righty. I went to the Delaware Emergency Management meeting last week, and they are planning what they call, it's a tabletop exercise at the Orange Fire Station. This is an exercise in which everybody involved will go to the fire station, but they actually they make calls and they all stay there. They don't actually go out and perform the exercise at the site where the particular problem might be taking place. This would be, for instance, an example would be hazardous spill that causes problems in the community. And these exercises, though, are performed from time to time in different types, meaning some are tabletop, others, and there's more extensive planning when they do it, when they actually go out in the field and perform the exercise. So let's see, we had 6 spills over the last couple months in Delaware County, various, I forget what all the spills were, trucks, dumping various hazardous materials that we had to clean up. And that's it.
Mr. Benton.
Just a few things. The Senate, the Ohio Senate, passed legislation authorizing $115 million of funding for Board of Elections equipment. It is moving to the House, and we'll see where it goes from there, but I guess I'm fairly optimistic it'll pass the House and then be signed by the governor. That will present an interesting, I think, discussion of how we go forward in terms of buying Board of Election equipment. I think what the Senate is basically saying is we will fund the counties at the entry-level equipment, and if they want to buy more expensive equipment, then it's up to them. That's about what the $115 million would accomplish, I think. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see just how that discussion and how we consider what equipment we want going forward based upon, again, what ends up happening in the legislature. Went to the SEPCO annual meeting on Friday morning. SEPCO had a very good year. They had a very nice surplus, so hopefully that'll translate into moderate, if any, moderate increases, if not translated into no increase. That would certainly be good for our health care for next year. They've got a number of suggestions on ways we can manage our health care expenses going forward that other counties have tried and SEPCO is promoting, particularly in wellness. There's a lot, we're way behind the curve on wellness initiatives and participation, and there's a number of other initiatives they recommend that we could end up saving some money on our very expensive health care. We spend close to $20 million a year on health care here at the county. Morpsey Thursday was interesting as always. They're moving forward on the track proposals and a number of other things. So again, a lot going on at Morpsey. We've got our community enhancement grants Wednesday. A lot of people are lined up to make presentations. I think this is the most I've seen in my time on the board. So it's good that the program is being recognized, but it does result in probably smaller allocations since we have so many people participating. And lastly, NACO has declared that April is County Government Month. So Happy County Government Month to everybody.
Happy to you too.
That's all I got.
Commissioner Lewis, I believe she has one more thing.
Yes, I forgot to mention that, I know you'll mention we have a work session this afternoon, but I asked that we hold this work session. It'll be a discussion on Next Generation 911. I heard the presentation at a statewide CCAO meeting, County Commissioners meeting, and it's being given by Jay Somerville. Jay actually is the director of the Northwest Regional Communications Center over in Dublin, but the presentation is excellent, and felt that I really wanted you both to hear it and the public too, because there's so much going on regarding 911. So that'll be at 1:30 today.
A couple of things. First of all, to reiterate what Commissioner Benton said about the Board of Elections equipment, this dollar figure is far short of what we need in our county. I think the estimates, doing this from memory, is around $4 million. This is going to fall well short of that. So it's hard for me to get excited about it. I know the right thing to do is say thank you, but it is hard to get too excited about what I think is a very small portion of what the need is going to be. And to Commissioner Benton's point, we're going to be asked to subsidize the difference, which is going to require obviously a very in-depth conversation that we'll have, I assume, with the Board of Elections in the near future here in our county. I was going to comment about the vote. I'm going to avoid that. There was, I'll just leave it at that. We do have a work session this afternoon at 1:30. I have a 1 o'clock closing on the Alum Creek property, so I could be a few minutes late.
Okay.
So Commissioner, if you want to go ahead and start without me, if I am late.
Okay, we'll try and.
I give you some, I'll text you and let you know my status.
All right, thank you.
Eric has some control over that, as does Mike. So they'll be in the room. They can push me out the door.
All right.
And of course, committee enhancement on Wednesday. You said a number. The number is 18. I counted them while you were talking. And obviously, we'll have to make some tough decisions. We either do fewer to have the money that's going to be requested, or we're going to have to give people less than what they're asking of us. And so that's going to require an honest evaluation on the part of the commissioners, and it'd be important what the presentations tell us. I did the math this weekend, and we still had 3, I believe, that had not submitted a number, and we were well over the amount we have budgeted with those 15. So I have one other comment. I attended the Indian community had an event at Park of Roses on Saturday regarding green cards, and I attended there as an observer, and it is interesting to see the impact that our current immigration system puts on a group that really come here with skilled workers trying to work and advance their lives, obviously, but also our country. And it all gets, in my view, it gets meshed in with the issue we have on our southern border, and because of that, we don't get resolution to issues that need to be addressed. And having attended that meeting, I had a lot of empathy for the 200 people from the Indian community that were there. I think they made an eloquent case why the current laws are affecting them negatively, and I will pass the slide presentation on to 2 of you if you have an interest in seeing it.
What group was that?
The Indian community.
Oh, Indian.
Indian. I assume you 2 may have also got an invitation, I don't know, but it was at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at Park of Roses. With that, I have nothing else. I do know that we have need for executive session today, and with that,
Resolution number 18-422, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of the compensation of a public employer or public official to consider the purchase of property for public purposes for pending or imminent litigation and confidential information related to economic development.
So moved.
Second.
motion made and seconded. Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 18-422. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
With that, we're now in executive session.
How do you keep
Resolution number 18-425, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 18-425. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill is absent. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We're adjourned.